Let me say something completely wild, but true. You can literally change the past. And I'm not referring to emotionally coping with it or rewriting your narrative in a healing journal. I'm talking about actually shifting it, rewiring it, replacing it, changing it at the level of reality. I know this might sound shocking, but hear me out. Because time, past, present, future, is not what you think it is. What we call the past is not fixed, it's not permanent. There is not only one option of it. And what we call the future doesn't actually exist either. All realities exist, you may have heard this. And it all exists right now. Yes, simultaneously. That's it. One eternal, unbroken, infinitely dynamic, present moment. So, what we consider the past, it's just a selective experience, a memory on repeat, a story we continue to keep reactivating. Into the future, well, that's just another story we imagined into being, too. They're both actually the same. Now, Neville Goddard said it best. You are now in the Garden of Eden, right now, not thousands of years ago, not in some unreachable dimension. Now, you are in your mind, the garden, and what's growing there? Weeds, beauty, regret, love. Your job is to prune, and you prune with revision. Now that came from the Pruning Shears of Revision lecture, which I will link below. Now Neville also said, I firmly believe that if you will wisely and daily use the pruning shears of revision, that you will find there is no objective beyond your ability to realize. And I mean that seriously. No objective beyond your ability to realize. Now let that settle for just a moment, because there is no objective outside your reach if you're willing to revise. Now, most people think of reality as cause and effect. Something happened, and now you're stuck with it forever. But that's only true if you assume it to be. What actually determines your reality is assumption. Not facts, not memory, not even logic. Assumption. And assumption lives in the now. So when you revise something from your so-called past, you're not healing it or trying to move on from it. You're actually replacing it. You're choosing a different experience in consciousness. And because all realities exist now, what you select becomes what you live. That version of the past becomes your energetic truth, and the 3D will adjust to reflect it. Now, people worry. If I revise the past, am I lying to myself? Will I be delusional? Isn't this just bypassing? Well, no. What you're doing is rejecting the false idea that only the version of reality you've memorized is valid. You're recognizing that time isn't linear. It's not a timeline, it's a field, a selection of experiences. You're not traveling backward. You're not hoping the future changes. You are attuning yourself to a different version of experience and then letting that version ripple. Now, Neville said it beautifully. You simply revise, and as you revise the day, you repeal the day. For the day is not slipping into the past. It does not recede as people think. It is always advancing into the future to confront you, either pruned or in some strange weed-like state. Again, the past is not over. It's not gone. It's advancing forward to meet you again. So you're either bringing forward the same old wound, or you are rewriting what gets carried forward. Either way, it's your garden. It's your story. And you hold the shears. So let's be clear. Revision does more than you think when you change your state. It shifts you into a version of reality where the things you once regretted no longer exist. Now, in that timeline, the text was never sent. The event never unfolded that way. You may remember something different, but the outer world begins to reflect the new version. Because the state isn't just emotional, It's your portal to another outcome. Change the assumption, and reality reorganizes to match it. Now here's where it gets cosmic. If the 3D is not cause and effect, and all versions of reality exist simultaneously, then nothing is irreversible. There is no such thing as too late, no such thing as permanent damage. The idea that if you mess up the past, you ruin the future? Total illusion. Let's say you regret what you said in a breakup. The moment keeps replaying. You keep thinking, if only I had said this. Well, guess what? Say it now. Close your eyes. Re-enter the scene. Calmly. From a place of knowing, not desperation. See the version where you spoke your truth. See them responding with love. Feel it. Hear it. Let it finish the way it should have, and then let it be done. Don't go back and check. Don't test it out. Don't wonder. It's already done. Now, this is where most people sabotage this shift. The moment doubt creeps in, they re-identify with the old version. They mentally peek behind the curtain to see if the old 3D still exists. And in doing so, they resurrect it. But you don't need proof. You don't need reassurance. You need discipline. If you've revised, then reality is already realigning. The new story is already in motion. Let it unfold in its own way. Your only job now is to persist in the assumption that it's done, and to live from that version of you who no longer needs to look back. Now, revision is not done from neediness. Need implies lack, and lack is an illusion. You don't need anything. You're selecting everything in the now, always. So you're not manifesting a better future. You're not fixing your past. You're choosing a new sequence of experience, and the universe will organize around it in the now. So many people are obsessed with affirming the future, as if it's something waiting to arrive, but nothing is arriving. There is no future coming, just as there is no past gone. All versions of you, all possibilities, past and future, are fully active and available now. When you revise the past, you're dissolving the only thing that ever existed, your current assumption. And when you stop feeding the old story, it stops echoing. The illusion of repeating events ends, because the script it was pulling from has been erased. You are not your memories, because all versions of events essentially exist within you already. Likewise, you are not your trauma. You are not the one who got left behind, or rejected, or failed, unless you keep agreeing to be. So here's how you revise. 1. Close your eyes and bring the undesirable event to mind. 2. Detach emotionally. You are not here to relive pain. You are here to replace it. 3. Ask yourself, what would I have preferred to happen instead? 4. See it, feel it, hear it, make it real. 5. Assume that this is now what happened. Let the new scene play out fully in your mind. Then move on. This is not imagination for fun. This is creation. This is timeline selection. This is you being God. You always had the power to rewrite the story, and now you know how. Now let us go into the silence.